hospitals could be forced to partially shut A&E departments later this week because they just don't have the staff to be able to cover it. And news this morning that we know that that one of the leaders of the BMA is actually on holiday, Dr. Rob Lawrenson. He's played a key role in bringing about the strike, but he's on holiday, we understand, because of a wedding. It was time that he already had booked off, but there is criticism that he's not there on the picket line. He's not available to take part.
He's been one of the public faces of the BMA and the strike, and about why it's so important. Look, it's a incredible bad time with him, but why is he off for a whole week for a wedding? Don't most weddings last a few hours? He should get back. He should be with the strikers.
He's getting paid. They want this to be sorted out, don't they?
And he can't, because he can't initiate the negotiations. That's Steve Bartley, the Health Secretary. I'm sure that lad would be on his bike in his car.
His door is open, though.
Yeah, it's a bad look for one of the strike leaders to be on holiday while his colleagues are not getting paid.
But his door's open. Has he invited them in for meaningful negotiations? No. Has he? No, he hasn't. Yeah. This lad, it's embarrassing, unquestionably, and he's going to get paid when others aren't. Quite. And if a health minister was on holiday, I would be criticising them. So I'm not going to say it's not embarrassing for this lad who's 28. Actually, I shouldn't call him a lad.
Oh, it's a misjudgment. But I agree.
No, but
go to the wedding and then come back.
But at the same time, there are no negotiations. I am sure he would be there if there were negotiations.
Well, I want to ask you too about that. I want your opinion on this. We were discussing yesterday. It's one of the big talking points. The fact the government will not negotiate with the unit until they call off the strike action.
Well, they say until they make a. They say that they're not going to talk while they're demanding 35%, which is unrealistic. And of course, some junior doctors, they're not juniors. Of course, they're junior doctors until they become a consultant.
He's 28.
GP. But they're earning £77,000, and that would be a £20,000 pay rise.
Yeah, so they said some of these demands would mean that junior doctors receive over £20,000 more in terms of basic
So they're not
pay.
going to start until they come down.
But we all know that the 35% claim is an opening bid.
It looks like some of the NHS, other NHS unions are going to accept 5% and a one-off payment. 5% is the difference to 35.
We've been here before. We had all those nurses' strikes that it could have been averted. The government said they wouldn't negotiate, wouldn't discuss pay this year. You had to wait. And then they completely U-turn, screech, but only after huge disruption. It's going to be the same again.
I couldn't agree more, and I keep saying this on this programme, over the weeks leading up to the negotiations with the nurses, we put it to minister after minister. We said to them, look, you are going to negotiate with them. You know you're going to do a U-turn. And they absolutely flatly denied it, and what happened, as you say, they did the...
It's all that time was wasted.
It's macho-ideological posturing by the government, and it'll come down... It'll change at some point, but in the meantime, people will suffer. They will have their operations.
Here's my question to you both. I just want to know what your theory is on this. Obviously, while the doctors are striking, they're not being paid. They'll get some strike pay, but it presumably won't be anywhere near what their income would normally be. Is the fact that the government won't talk to them actually a tactic to try and starve them out?
I just think the government doesn't want to be seen as being weak. And because if they give in to one group, then others will follow suit. And I think it's... I mean, Kevin calls it macho culture. They're just trying to hold the line and say, we cannot give in to unions with unreasonable... I mean, they're asking for a 35% increase is mad.
But it's not...
It is, Kevin. It's ridiculous.
They do not expect to get it in one go.
They shouldn't come in a lot lower.
What they are pointing out is how the value of their earnings has declined massively over, 15 years?
Since 2008.
So you'd need a plan to restore their earnings. No one expects it in one day. Nobody expects it. And the government is completely misrepresenting the position by making it as if they will settle for that or nothing. It's just not the case.
Well, the BMA...
You're right about trying to starve them out. They did it with the rail workers because time after time after time, the government would say rail workers have lost, however much from these strikes. Yes, that is what they do, but they're spending our money doing it and causing untold misery in the NHS.
And how much does public support come into it? Because we know from this latest poll, there's actually quite high public support, isn't there, for the junior doctor strike? 54% back them taking action,
75% on the show yesterday.
% oppose, exactly. So at the moment, they've got public on side, haven't they? How much do the government sort of watch what's going on with that, do you think?
Really focus on it, and it's why they backed down on ambulances and nurses.
Who had even higher support.
They did. And Pat Cullen, the Royal College of Nurses, was a brilliant advocate for nurses. Right, you've got the biggest doctors' strike in NHS history. Where is Steve Bartley, the Health Secretary? Was he on yesterday? answering questions about it. Is he on today?
I think
is
he was
coming
around.
forward?
I think he was around, yeah.
No, he
I
did a
did see
clip.
it.
You know what they do? They do a controlled clip. Here's my little question. He won't be questioned forensically. Where are they?
Put the bid in, and he won't appear.
You go on about this bloke being on holiday on the doctor's site. Where are the ministers? Where are they? They're hiding in their bunker.
Should we have a little look then? What was said by Steve Barclay yesterday?
Clearly, a demand for 35%, over £20,000 for some junior doctors is not fair or reasonable, and that is why we've not been able to make progress so far. But we want to engage constructively. We recognise junior doctors have been under significant pressure, particularly from the pandemic, and we want to work with them to find a fair and reasonable settlement.
Let's talk straight to Mr. Barclay. Good morning to you, if you're watching this or if you're watching it on a recording, but let's hope you're watching it live, maybe as you're doing your shaving, whatever. Would you please come on the programme and take some live questions and have a live discussion rather than a pre-recorded, controlled clip? Because we need to talk to you on behalf, not of us, but of our viewers. So that's an open invitation, live on air. Please come on anytime you like this week.
Door is always open. You know, he was making the point there that I'd said about the doctors receiving over £20,000 for some of them. But actually, when you saw those figures as well about how much they get paid to take someone's appendix out, a potentially life-saving operation, if you've had 7 years... 10 years experience, you'd get paid £28. 7 years experience, £24, and if you had a year's experience, £14. And you think about what goes into taking someone's appendix out. This is what they're getting paid.
Kevin and I, we wouldn't be clever enough to be doctors. These people have worked very hard. They've studied for years.
Yes, I would not want you taking my appendix out. Best friend in the world.
No, you wouldn't.
To be fair.
He'd probably try and use it with a pen.
Kevin's had quite a few things removed already, but we won't go into quite where he's... But I mean, they are remarkable, and they're overworked and underpaid, but I'd say again, they're not going to back down while that 35% is on the table.
I wonder if artificial intelligence is going to enter the health spectrum at some point, and we will have artificially intelligent inspired doctors.
Ministers.
Or government ministers. That's a great suggestion.
Questions at them. And,
that's a great suggestion.